Welcome back to Wave of Dalker. Got another My Stuff for you. I'm going to do My Stuff vinyl again. I was going to do volume 2 like I did with CDs, but I honestly forgot which ones I did in the first video. And I have a lot of vinyl. They're all on my lap right now. I don't really want to watch the video again and reorganize because I have them organized in alphabetical order. I don't really want to go through them again. That's just a whole thing. So I'm just going to go through my vinyl again. Just talk about it again, For people that didn't see the first one, they can watch this one and just get a whole new grasp of my collection. And it's nice to do updates every now and again. So yeah, like and subscribe. Let's get into some vinyl. First up, Wolf by Tyler, the Creator. Got this a few months ago at the video game store in my town. Super cool double spread, 2 discs. And I think it actually has pink discs, which is pretty cool. This record's dope. Probably a top 3 Tyler record for me. I really enjoy it. Yeah, look at that. That's banging. That's super dope. Party Isn't Over, Campfire Bimmer, really great song. I've listened to a lot of, I've listened to Awkward a lot recently. That song's dope. But I mean, Answer, I Freaking Hate You with Pharrell Williams, another popular song on this record. This is just a fantastic album. This is a lot of people's favorites, and that's my friend Trevor's favorite. I mean, this is just a cool cover. I personally prefer the one where he has the hat and he's looking up at the guy with, holding the thing. But I mean, this is also a great cover. But yeah, Wolf by Tyler, the Creator. Next up, Wired by Jeff Beck. I got this at a record store in my town. I love Jeff Beck. May he rest in peace. My cousin Mariana got me into this. Just super dope. If you like jazz fusion and guitar stuff, Jeff Beck's your guy. Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. Classic album. This thing is falling apart, but I mean, you can tell how old this thing is. Probably, honestly, my favorite album cover of all time. It's a very cliche one, but I mean, it just can't be beat. It's super dope. This is probably my favorite Pink Floyd album of all time as well. For a while, this is like my holy grail of records, and I was very happy to have gotten it when I did. I got it at the video game store, I think, too. Maybe. What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. This is a re-release with a double spread, which is pretty cool. Fun fact about What's Going On. Not really a fun fact, but in my audio production class, freshman year, I had to do a music production like a remix project, and I did What's Going On, and man, I'll tell you, I listened to this song probably hundreds of times over, and I kind of have a hard time listening to it nowadays just because I've just heard it a million times in such a small amount of time. But still, I mean, it's a great album. It's Marvin Gaye. Next up, Weather Report, self-titled. This is a great record. I love Weather Report. I've talked about them a bunch on this channel. They're super dope. This is just a great record. There's Waterfall, Tears, and Yuri Dice, like those last 3 tracks. There's a Live in Tokyo album that they do. They do a live version of those tracks. Super dope. This is just a dope cover as well. Weather Report always nails their covers, and I love Weather Report. I got that in Pittsburgh. UB40. It's just like a English reggae group. I just thought this cover was super radical. I got this in Cavity Grace, and I was like, you know what? Cool cover. I'm going to buy it. And I listened to it, and I actually really did enjoy the music. But I mean, that cover is awesome. Frankenstein listened to music with the classic microphone. That's dope. Treasure by Cocteau Twins. I love Cocteau Twins. They're a fantastic group. Honestly, this isn't really one of my favorites of theirs, but I was like, I just wanted to get a Cocteau Twins album just because I like them so much. And this is the one that they had at the store that I was at the time. And then I went there last week, and they had Milk and Kisses. They had Heaven in Las Vegas. So they had a lot more of the records that I prefer over this one. This is still a great record though, but I'm just like, it's not my first choice when it comes to Cocteau Twins, but they're still great. I really enjoy Cocteau Twins. What is this? 6 Hours of Henry VIII. My cousin got this for me for Christmas. Thank you again, Mariano. This is a super radical setup. Look at that. All those keyboards. I think he's the keyboardist for Yes, if I'm not mistaken. Right? But yeah, I mean, this album's awesome. It's it's a good mix of really grandiose and theatrical almost organist playing, but then it's also a lot of electronic synth wavy kind of stuff. It's such a super cool mix of keyboarding, and it's just awesome. I really enjoyed this album, and I'm thankful that I got it for Christmas because it put me on. It put me on. What is this? Oh, The Royal Scam by Steely Dan. One of the first Steely Dan records that I got. I love Steely Dan. This is not, I want to say it's top 3 for a favorite for mine. Favorite of Steely Dan, but it's still really great. Kid Charlemagne. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on other tracks. Kid Charlemagne, Green Earrings. I can just read it off. Yeah, Green Earrings. That's a great one. The Fez. The Fez is probably my favorite on this. Yeah, the Fez is great. And the Fez kind of sounds like Pokemon music. If you listen to it, like, it kind of sounds like Pokemon music to me. That's just my random thought that I had. It was the Seals and Crofts Summer Breeze. I just got this because I like Summer Breeze as a song. I mean, this is still a great album. Say is really good. Fiddle in the Sky is great. This is just a good album. Good album cover, too. But I mean, Summer Breeze, that's a classic track. It reminds me of the last day of high school. Simon and Garfunkel, Sounds of Silence. I probably prefer Bookends, I think it's called, with Mrs. Robinson. This album's great. I just really like I'm a Rock, I'm an Island. That's just a great song. But yeah, man, Simon and Garfunkel's great. And this is a good cover. And it has Sounds of Silence, like that Hello Darkness, My Old Friend meme song. So, it's just a good record. Another new one that I didn't talk about last video. Stankonia by Outkast. This is just a classic hip-hop record. It's freaking, like, look at that. That's like one of the most iconic covers of all time. Toilet Tissue is fantastic. Miss Jackson's obviously on this. Gangsta Shit. Bombs Over Baghdad. I mean, like, this is just top to bottom. Slum Beautiful. Explosion. I'll Call Before I Come. Like, it's just fantastic. Snappin' and Trappin' has a really fun beat. I think I've spun this like only once. But this is just a great album just to have. It's Outkast. I mean, come on. Oh, here we go. This is probably my favorite album that I own. This is Wade Dennings' Sounds to Make You Shiver. I kid you not. I got this in Pittsburgh as well. I went to Pittsburgh a few weeks ago. It is literally, I think, 30 minutes. Read that. 30 minutes of haunted house sounds. Here's the track list. A Night in a Haunted House. That's one side. That's 15 minutes. And then it's Witch Laugh, Count Dracula and His Victim, Screams and Groans, Moans and Groans, Cats, Dogs, Banging Shutter, Phantom Piano, Creaky Door, Breaking Windows, Thunder Wind, Frankenstein's Monster, Breaks Loose, and Hooting Owl. I'm going to spin this right now just so you can hear. I'm not making this up. This is genuinely an album that is just sounds from my haunted house. And look at that. That's a super dope disc. I'm spinning this right now. I'm going to put on something on the B side that has all the silly stuff. This is the coolest thing I own. And that cover art, I mean, look at that. That is awesome. Sounds to Make You Shiver. Let's see what sounds to make me shiver. Let's just go. Let's spin it. What else do we got? I think that's Thunder. It's just scary sounds. That's Count Dracula. Like, I think you could genuinely use this album how Kevin McAllister uses, like, that gangster show in Home Alone to scare off people. You could probably play like Moans and Groans and an Intruder, but not like. But that cover's awesome. This is just the coolest thing ever. And it's on Spotify too. I'm gonna get aux one day and I'm gonna put on Moans and Groans. And I'm gonna be the life of the party. That album is just hilarious. Speakbox Love by Low by Outkast. The most expensive record that I have, just because it's ridiculously massive. 4 discs, iconic album. I'm definitely more partial to Love Below. I did get the CD of it recently as well. I mean, this album's iconic. Roses, Hey Ya, Prototype. That's a great one. I Like the Way You Move, or The Way You Move. Church is also good. Reset's great. But dude, Love Below is just a fantastic record. I love Andre 3000. And Big Boy's great, but I'm much more partial to Love Below. Traffic, Shootout at the Fantasy Factory. Got this in Happy Grace as well. Traffic's another great group. It's just a cool album that it has, the slits cut off. I think that's super dope. And I saw another copy of this in Pittsburgh when I went, but it didn't have the slits. And I'm like, dude, that's not even real. Why even get the record if you're not going to have the cool slits taken out? Purple Rain by Prince. Don't even need to explain this. It's one of the most iconic albums of all time. One of the most iconic covers of all time. And it has some of the most iconic rock songs of all time. Purple Rain, obviously. When Doves Cry. It's just, you can't beat it. It's Prince. Purple Rain. And honestly, yeah, Purple Rain and When Doves Cry are probably my favorites, but Let's Go Crazy is fantastic as well. I like Computer Blue. I mean, it's iconic. And it's glistening. It's awesome. Private Eyes by Hall & Oates, another one of my grails at some point. I just love this album a lot. Private Eyes is fantastic. Your Imagination. Friday Let Me Down is also a really great track. Really underrated, I think. I mean, yeah, it's Hall & Oates. Can't beat it. This is the Princess Bride Laserdisc. I thought it was the soundtrack when I picked it up the first time. But I think it's literally just... Yeah, like it's not... Like, hold on. It's not a vinyl. It's like a... It's an extended play. Like, it's literally... It's lit... Hold on. How can I make this happen? Here we go. It's literally just like the movie on like a laser disc, I think. I tried to spin it and it didn't work. So that's kind of funny. And The Princess Bride is my favorite movie. So, you know, I picked it up and now I have it. So if I get something that can actually spin this, I will. But yeah, I mean, it's literally extended play videoscope color movie. Which is funny that I have this and it was in the record section. So, you know what? I think that's just on... I think I actually got this in the video game store that I go to a bunch. So it's on them, but I'm not mad because, you know why? Because of this next thing I'm going to show. The Princess Bride soundtrack. Like I said, my favorite movie of all time. This soundtrack is fantastic. It's just iconic, and it just plays in my mind constantly. Yeah, I mean, The Cliffs of Insanity. The Sword Fight's probably my favorite one. That's like that's the one that plays in my head the most, and I can like play out that entire scene in my head with just the music, like the dun dun. Yeah, Princess Bride, best movie ever. Traffic, On the Road, got this in Pittsburgh as well. This is just a cool cover. I actually haven't spun this that much yet, but you know, I just had to get it. I like Traffic. That's a cool centerfold. It's just a cool cover. It reminds me of like those rugs that are roads that are in like daycares and such. My brother has one in his room. Weather Report, Night Passage, another Weather Report album. It's a lot of live covers in this record, primarily, but I mean, it's still great. It's co-produced by Jaco Pastorius, and that's enough, because Jaco Pastorius is fantastic. But I mean, it's just Weather Report. Gotta have Weather Report. Ramsey Lewis, Maiden Voyage. This is just a good, like, jazzy piano record. There's one song on here. It's covered by tape. I think it's called like When It Rains, or it's, oh my god, what is it called? No, Only When I'm Dreaming. That song is great. It's like dun 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 dun. That's a great song. I listened to that on my way home from watching Dune Part 2, and it was just dope. But yeah, this is just a great record if you like piano, which I do. I like piano. Kauai by Childish Gambino. Got this at my local Barnes & Noble. It's just a good record. Not my favorite of Childish Gambino's, but I mean, Sober's great. Palisades is great. Pop Thieves. I mean, the entire record is pretty fantastic. Yeah, it's short and sweet, and I like that. I think I've talked about that on Week in Music. I like short and sweet albums that are just compact, but also, you know, full of great tracks. Speaking of that, Kids See Ghost. The first vinyl I ever purchased, actually. Great collab album with, you know, Kid Cudi and Kanye West. Cudi Montage, Fourth Dimension, Kids See Ghost. Like, I mean, this entire record's full of bangers. Free, Ghost Town Part 2. I mean, it's just fantastic. And one of my favorite covers of all time. Like, that is just the coolest piece of art ever. I just love that album. Heavy Weather by Weather Report. I've talked about this before. You know, Birdland. A Remark You Made is probably, like, honestly, probably my favorite Weather Report song. I love this record. I love Weather Report. It's just super dope. And this cover, like I said, they don't miss. They don't miss with their covers. You know, got the whole ensemble on the back as well. Looking cool. Got Jaco over there. Look at him. Looking all swag. Great album. Steely Dan Gold. Just like a best of Steely Dan record. But it does have FM, which is, I think, exclusive to this. But it has Hey 19, Green Earrings, Deacon Blues, Chain Lightning, Black Cow, King of the World, Babylon Sisters. You can't get much better than that. Deacon Blues is probably my favorite Steely Dan song. So, yeah, I mean, Bangtown. This is another new one that I got. Escape by Journey. Who's Crying Now is like one of my favorite songs right now. It's just iconic. And this cover is fantastic as well. Like, that's just the coolest looking thing. It looks like Superman escaping from exploding Krypton. But yeah, I mean, Who's Crying Now? Don't Stop Believing, obviously. Open Arms, obviously. Like, it has iconic tracks. It's Journey, one of the most iconic bands of all time. But Who's Crying Now is like one of my favorite songs right now. So I had to get it. I had to get it. King of the World. Or no, that's the song. Countdown to Ecstasy. I was looking at it and I was thinking of King of the World. Countdown to Ecstasy by Steely Dan. Another great record. One of the first records that I ever got. Boston Rag is another one of my favorite Steely Dan songs. But like I said, King of the World. Razor Boy is also fantastic. Your Gold Teeth is great. Bodhisattva's iconic. But I mean, Boston Rag, Gold Teeth, and Razor Boy, that's where it's at on this record for me. And this cover's just super dope. I love the colors. I love the back panel. Look at all the cool cats. Look at Thomas Fagan. Look at him. Blow by Blow by Jeff Beck. Another record given to me by my cousin for Christmas. This is a great album. Diamond Dust and Cause We Ended as Lovers are probably my favorite Jeff Beck songs. I almost said Steely Dan. But I mean, this album, top to bottom, is great. Air Blower is fantastic. I think that's the one where he makes it sound like a woman singing. Like he's just such a magician on the guitar. It's super dope. Another gift from my cousin. Bitches Brew by Miles Davis. Iconic. Miles Davis, one of the best jazz musicians of all time. I'm personally a big fan of In a Silent Way by Miles Davis. But I mean, this album is also fantastic. It's iconic. Look at that cover. Super dope. I love the centerfold paneling. Super dope. Just a nice cover. Nice album. What is this? Oh, yes. Tony Williams. Tony Williams Lifetime. The new Tony... Yeah, believe it. I just butchered that entire thing. I got this in Pittsburgh as well. Another new one. Mr. Spock is great. Snake Oil. This is just a dope record if you like I said, jazz fusion. He's a drummer. Fantastic. He does some really cool stuff. Really cool compositions on this album. I listened to this album a bunch. Like top to bottom. Comes on a lot in my playlist. What is this? Oh, Bread, Baby I'ma Want You. Also a new one. I've only ever listened to Baby I'ma Want You. Look at that. Look at the guys. I don't know who these dudes are. David Gates, James Griffin, Mike Botts, and Larry Knechtel. But yeah, I've only listened to Baby I'ma Want You because it came up on like a yacht rock playlist I was listening to. But I mean, this is just a cool cover. And I mean, if I know a song on a record, I'm probably going to pick it up. Around the World in a Day by Prince. Paisley Park is one of my favorite Prince songs. This is just a cool spread. And it has this little cool thing. I've never seen that on a record. It has like this little fold-out thing. But I mean, yeah, Paisley Park. Raspberry Beret is iconic. The Ladder's great. America's great. Tambourine. This is a dope cover, too. Ridiculously colorful and fun. Just like Prince. Oh. Amigos by Santana. Another great album. One of the first like jazz record, like guitar bass records I've ever really listened to. That was suggested to me by my cousin. Look at that spread. Super colorful, super dope. This album is just a big pop in color. But Europa's great. Kikano's great. Tell Me How You're Tired is probably my favorite off of this. Another just a fun record. Just a good time. And finally, Asia by Steely Dan. It's either between this or Can't Buy a Thrill is for my favorite Steely Dan record. It's tough. Because I mean, Deacon Blues is my favorite track, but Can't Buy a Thrill, I think that's like my favorite tracks, like top to bottom. Like Only a Fool Would Say that's one of my favorite. Dirty Work. Do It Again. I was blanking there. I mean, this album is also just fantastic. This is like heralded, I think, like critically as their best album, but you know, jury's still out. But I mean, yeah, Black Cat, Asia, Deacon Blues, Peg. The list goes on and on. I'll keep reading it. Home at Last, I Got the News, Josie. Yeah, it's tough. Like I think top to bottom, it's between Asia or Can't Buy a Thrill for my favorite. But you know, I don't think I'll ever know. But that's all my records. It was nice to do another collection video of these. But man, I got a lot. I'll try to do like one of these and CDs like periodically, just because I keep telling myself I need to stop buying them. But I mean, if I see a record I like for $6 at a store, I'm gonna buy it, and that's what I've been doing. And I really enjoy physical media, as you can tell. So yeah, that's all I got for this video. Hope you enjoyed. What's your favorite record that I have, and what's your favorite record that you own? Let me know in the comment section down below, guys. But besides that, peace out. I'll see you guys in the next video.